Today on One Door Studios, all of these 8, we've just surpassed over 800 investors and over 800,000. What? Join John, Jay, and Steve for this week's update on Calculated Development's progress. Good day, everybody. Welcome to another One Door Studios update. You know, it just keeps coming in. It's nonstop. There's always some good news every week to give our investors, and good news that comes in our emails. And if you haven't paid attention this week, we are just shy of $750,000 raised on our raise. But in actuality, we have completely surpassed the $750,000 mark because we had a $100,000 investor that came in just a few days ago and just not appearing yet on WeFunder. So we are at 834,055. Let's hear it. Woohoo!
Wahoo!
So we had, for the last number of weeks, we've been telling you about, we've been going to writers and waiting to hear back from a particular powerhouse team. And we can finally tell you who it is. So John, please give us a little insight on what's been going on in the last few weeks.
The last few weeks, we've been waiting, agonizing, waiting for a response. But just to pull the Band-Aid off and not to agonize or draw it out, they dropped out. So the only way to make it feel any better is to know who they really are. So the company is Agbo, A-G-B-O. If you look them up, you'll go, oh my heavens, how did we get in there? And these people were really that deeply interested in us.
Let me back up for a second, John. Just to get a little context for those who maybe this is their first video they're watching with us. We were searching for a writer right now, and we gave our materials calculated and simulated to Agbo to read. And these are the same writers who directed Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm. And many others of movies that you've seen and probably liked, but certainly there's some of the highest global earnings films ever released. So typically to get in to a company, to this company or companies, there aren't very many like them. It would, if they keep your manuscript, first of all, it would take them 6 months anyway to get back.
But so they read our story lickety-split within a couple weeks.
Yeah, we got put on the top of the stack by someone who had already read one of the novels and said, we really need to review this right away. Yep. And so they got back to us within about 3 weeks. And said that they loved the book.
Yeah. In fact, Jason, you have their the letter from them, and we would like this is just a little bit of kudos to Nova McBee, the writer of these stories, how good they really are. Jason, what did Agbo say about our stories?
Yeah, this is from
the Sayonara letter.
Yeah. They said, we love the reads of both books. It's such an exciting action thriller series with amazing characters we fell in love with. Really enjoyed the focus on the love stories in the second book, which were balanced with the action adventure elements. And the way it continues to flesh out Joe's character really kept us hooked.
Right. So it's an honor to have those compliments sent to us by Agbo, these tremendous people. What that means
it's Joe and Anthony Russo.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't be familiar with the production company name, but you may be familiar with their names because they're stars.
But not to be worried. We had a very long list of writers of the highest caliber, and so now we are simply on to the next couple writers of some TV series and shows that are pretty awesome. And once again, can't tell you who because it could potentially damage that relationship. So. We'll keep you posted on how that goes, but we're sending out those requests in the next day or so.
And we'll keep you in touch. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with people of this caliber, you have to give them an exclusive read. So they're not in a horse race with someone else, one of their contemporaries. They are willing to drop everything and hop on it, but not if they are if there's somebody else looking at it at the same time.
Yep.
So
We are totally upbeat about it. We're very positive. We had such a great response from Agbo, and we know that these stories are incredible. So we're not really concerned. We just need to find that correct and most optimum writer for this project, and we'll be off to the races. But until then,
they're actually the third one in line who's looked at it, and all three top A-list writers have said the same thing.
Incredible.
They all love the book.
Yeah. So until then, we're still blazing away. Our raise, which needs to be capped at around $2 million, because that's the entire development fund, is well on the way. And we have some really important stuff happening in the next week or two with another potential major investors. Well, that's it for today, folks. We're so glad you joined us for this Wonder Series update. And be sure just to continue to follow our raise. And we're so glad to have you guys as partners with us at Wonder Studios. We will see you again next week.
再见。
好，再见。